if that's what the whole point of dinner was, like, why didn't you just ask her, hey, if we go out to eat, will you fuck me afterwards? That's what I've noticed. I've noticed that women haven't changed. It's the dudes who have changed. You niggas is useless, bro. And it's crazy because it's like this whole... What I find interesting is that the dudes who constantly talk about, you know... Because there was a video I saw recently where it was like this guy took this woman out for breakfast. Or not breakfast. Took her out for a dinner. And he was like, well, if you're not going to give it up, then you're going to pay for your own food.
Well, I'm not going to pay the check if you're not going to sleep with me. That doesn't make any sense.
What do you mean? Like, I mean, okay, like...
Okay, well, you don't have to be weird about it.
It's just like, I'm not really sure.
You
Like, I
wasted
don't
my
think
time already, and the whole thing's kind of a waste.
Wow. I mean, nobody really disrespected me like that before. Like, I don't know what the heck.
You don't have to be dramatic.
That is not dramatic. Like, do you literally hear what the fuck you're saying? You literally just told me that you're not gonna pay the check if I don't sleep with you. So you were coming, like, that was your whole intention? Like, I feel like I was, from the day we met till today, I never gave off, oh, I'm like the hookup girl.
I just think you're like a drama girl.
Says the man who literally just said, I'm not going to pay the check if you're not going to sleep with me. Like, how broke are you?
Obviously, you're down. You're just embarrassed because you don't want to tell your friends about it.
No, you're an embarrassing man who's probably broke. Let me see it.
I'm like, what? How does that make any sense? I don't understand that. Because what a lot of these dudes want is this trad wife, right? But what they're conditioning women to be is transactional. So if you're talking about, hey, if you're not going to give it up, then you pay for your own food, then I'm like, what you really want then is not a woman, you want a prostitute. Damn. Go get you a prostitute, bro. Prostitutes is like the oldest profession around. Beta. If that's what you want, if you want to exchange money for sex, then go get a prostitute. That's what a prostitute is for. There's no reason to have conversation. Go get you a prostitute. There's never in my life where I've been like, yo, if she doesn't sleep with me, then I'm going to make her pay. Like, that never crossed my mind. It never crossed my mind. Because like I said before, and I think I've said this before on like PGT, where it's like, most of the time, I'm taking her to a place that I want to go to. There's a restaurant that just opened up that I want to eat at. I want to see if it's good. Like, if your company is good, it makes no fucking difference to me, boo-boo. Like, I want to know who the bartender is. I may fuck the waitress. I don't know who I'm fucking, right?
Okay. Lucas, this is pretty fucking retarded of you to say. I don't think you should be giving your opinion on this. You're kind of far off, because inherently so, all relationships to some extent, to some degree, are transactional, even to the smallest amount. Such as, for example, when you go out with your friends and you don't verbally say this, but what you expect in the back of your head, you expect them to be to show appreciation and gratitude. That in and of itself is already enough to put it under the category of transaction. You're still expecting something from them. So for you to say this, it shows you're a little bit out of touch. And you're not the person to come out here and dictate to other people what's the level of transaction they should be accepting versus not. Such as for this woman, she has a level of expectation for this man, which is okay. All right, you want to put some level of expectation, that's fine. But the same goes for the other party. They also have the right to put expectations on you as well. It's not just solely just you. Also, I want to comment on this whole notion of prostitution. Just get a prostitution. Prostitution is specifically just solely for sexual activities and interactions. So for example, let's say this guy, after he's done having sex with this woman that he went on a date with, and he wants to proceed and do other things that are non-sexual, such as having a conversation, playing video games, going for a walk in the park, seeing her families. At that point, you wouldn't tell them to get a prostitution, because a prostitution only solely revolves around sexual interaction. And that would, what I described, would fall more under the category of a relationship.
All relationships are transactional. It's not a matter of whether you agree with it. It's not a matter of whether that's how it should be. It's just a matter of that's how it actually is. we don't always speak the transaction out. We don't like create a written contract. It's just an implied transaction situation. So one party is expecting to maybe have access to your time, to your space, to your energy, and meanwhile you may be expecting that someone's going to pay you or provide access to their resources or share with you. Sometimes you're doing things in what are called covert contracts, where you're being nice to someone hoping that they're going to reciprocate down the line. I would advise, don't engage in a covert contract. If you're going to want something down the line, let them know that. Say, hey, I'm going to do this for you now, but you're going to owe me. That way it is no longer covert and it's a pure right on the table contract. And then they understand, like, yeah, we agreed to this, we went into this knowing that I was going to owe you down the line. Otherwise, you just end up resenting people for really no just cause, because you did them a favor and then later you want it returned, but then it's not really a favor. So really, you're the one who is demanding too much, because you understand you weren't upfront. So we have to be upfront when we're in our relationships, when we're starting relationships, especially in the beginning of relationships. We don't always know what boundaries we have to establish, because sometimes we have to wait until they violate a boundary, meaning make us feel uncomfortable, or try to get too many resources. We have to wait till that happens. But sometimes we know up front when we get started where we want to draw the line on certain things. So it's best to be upfront, tell people exactly what you want, and tell people exactly what you're willing to give them. To the extent that you can see that there's a need on your part or on their part, go ahead and communicate that need. Don't be afraid.